Have you received a mysterious flyer on your door? Have you gotten a peculiar call at your place of business? Or maybe a stranger knocking on your door? Were each of these asking to take a look at your home or business for an upcoming film? If so, you'll likely have many questions about how best to proceed. Stick with us here, and we'll walk you through all of the ins and outs of having your residence or place of business location scouted, and potentially featured in a real film. This should be an exciting experience for you, and it's possible you might even get to make a bit of money during the process, so it's important that you know how best to proceed. So, first things first, what exactly is this flyer or phone call you've received all about? Or, if you've been directly visited, who is this person that wants to speak with you? The individual in question is what's known as a location scout, someone who is either a direct employee of a production company or a freelance photographer hired by a production company to locate and examine potential filming locations. The flyer or phone call you have received will likely explain this, and include a bit of useful information as well as a way to get in contact. However, if you are visited in person, the first thing you will want to do is ask for some kind of credential which identifies who they are. If they present this to you and you are still unsure, that is perfectly okay, and you are encouraged to call our office to verify the legitimacy of the person or their production. They will likely ask you if they can get some photographs in or around your property, and you may certainly allow them if you feel safe in doing so. Just make sure to get their phone number and a business card if possible. It is fairly common that a film production will not yet have printed business cards during the time in which the location scouting is taking place, but most individual location scouts should have one for you to take. Now, you may be wondering what the location scout will do with the photos after they have left your property. They will bring these back to the film's production designer or director, and will work together to make a list of all properties being considered for the production. You may or may not hear back from them, so feel free to call the location scout for any updates. If your property does interest them and they wish to return with the designer or director, you will be called to have a suitable time arranged. If your property is likely to work for their production, they will provide you with an offer, which should include a location agreement. Depending on the production, they might need an additional day or so for load-in and setup, which is when all of the equipment is brought in and prepared for filming. After this will be the shoot days, which are the days where the cameras are officially rolling. Lastly are the loadout days, where all equipment is removed and the property is returned to its original state. You should be paid for each step of this process. Once your home or place of residence has been scouted and you have been contacted about the potential usage of your property, it is time for a bit of research. You should never agree to anything without properly investigating what it is you may be signing on for. Here are some things to look into. Confirm that the company is legitimate. Call either your city or state's film office with any questions regarding the film company in question. Find out if they have heard of the film company, location scout, or location manager. Search around on the internet for any information you can find on the company. You should never be asked to pay any fee to the film company, location scout, or location manager for the usage of your property. Don't be afraid to ask for the producer or director's list of credits, a contact with the parent company, and proof of insurance. However, understand that a contact with the parent company may not be possible in all cases, and so you should be prepared to instead ask for a contact with the line producer or the UPM, which is the unit production manager. Make sure to find out the impact filming may have on your neighbors, tenants, customers, or otherwise. Take safety into consideration before you grant the filmmakers permission for their shoot. Request or try to find references from property owners who have had prior experience with the company. Ask them questions like the following. Did the film company honor their agreements? Did they damage the property? If so, did they promptly make repairs to the property? If you cannot directly ask the property owners, the location manager should be willing to ask some locations that have had frequent filming if they would be willing to provide a few references for you. However, do keep in mind that not all of these questions can be answered so quickly. Some may have to wait until the location is officially picked and the agreement has been signed. Still, it does not hurt to think ahead. Proper research is one of the most important parts of this entire process. You never want to get caught in any kind of scam or walk into any kind of unfair agreement. It's a bit of work at the start of the process, but you'll certainly be glad to have done it all.